Cicely Taliaferro Gordon was one of the most prolific scorers in UNG women's soccer history, finishing her senior year tied for the single-season record at UNG for goals scored with 18. Her 7-game winners in 2014 still stand as the most for a single season in program history. In total, Taliaferro Gordon ranks 5th all-time in career points, 5th in goals, and 5th in assists, and ranks 3rd all-time in program history for game winners. She was named First Team D2CCA All-American and Third Team United Soccer Coaches All-American in 2014 after winning Peach Belt Conference Player of the Year, Golden Boot, All-Conference, and All-Tournament Team honors. Taliaferro Gordon was a 3-time All-Peach Belt Conference honoree, as well as an All-Academic Team member during her final season in a North Georgia uniform. Welcome, Cicely. It was great to be able to watch the video intro there. I know brought back some memories. But before we get into our visit, would love to offer you the floor if there's anyone that you'd like to thank or comments you'd like to make.
Yes, absolutely. First, congratulations to all the other inductees tonight, and especially to Miss Lindsay Reeves. Thank you so much for your dedication and commitment to all of myself and to all of the athletes at UNG. To my family here tonight, my parents are both here, my husband Andrew, my sister and her husband, and then both of my in-laws. Thank you for supporting me through everything. To my former teammates, they're not here, but there's no I in team, and it takes a village. So without all of them and without all of my coaches, Coach Chris Adams and Stacy Balaam, I wouldn't be here. So thank you to everyone.
Absolutely fantastic, and thank you for sharing those thoughts. You know, when you look at the number of times that your name still appears in the career record book, a phenomenal career. I know impossible probably to pick out one particular memory of your time here because of so much success here at North Georgia. But I'm going to ask you anyway, if there was one thing that stood out from an athletic standpoint, what would it be?
Probably my favorite game was coming back from Columbus at Columbus State. They were our rival for several years and definitely had our number. So to be down and then come back and win that game was huge. And honestly, I can't remember. I think that was my junior year. But then we ended up seeing them again in playoffs. So to at least get one win, they ended up beating us in the tournament, but to at least get one win that season was huge. So
anytime you beat Columbus State, it's a good day.
Yes, exactly.
Curious, what was a part of bringing you to North Georgia to begin with, to start your athletic career?
So Coach John Harvey actually was who recruited me to North Georgia, and honestly, when I came on my visit, it just felt like home. I had been a couple other places, and I don't know, something about North Georgia, it just felt comfortable. I just gelled with Coach Harvey, who ended up leaving. I didn't actually play for him, but I still love Stacy, who replaced him, and Chris obviously as well. But yeah, it just felt like home.
You were part of the very first women's soccer team to earn a spot in the NCAA Southeast Regional, and you scored a goal in that very first game. Take us back to that, if you would, and talk about how that experience, the success of that team, really played a huge role in establishing the foundation for the soccer program here.
Absolutely. I honestly don't remember that goal. I wish I did. I remember the ones that I missed. I could tell you all of those. Those stay in my brain still to this day. Every PK, everything that I ever missed. But that team was special to be a part of. It really was a blessing. And we gelled off the field as well as on the field. And I think that was a big part of our success that season, was just honestly loving each other. We hung out all the time. And it led to success on the field, and hopefully it was a stepping stone. I feel like it was a couple years prior to our team, honestly, that kind of started, but hopefully it was a stepping stone, and North Georgia will continue to perform better and better than we did that year.
It's interesting that you mentioned the chemistry that you had on that team, and we heard Rick allude to it earlier, the lifelong friendships and bonds that are created. And I know that that's a huge part of enjoying an experience as a student athlete. When you talk about how that helped you on the field of play, I'm sure there were times where that also helped in the academic end of being a student athlete. Talk about that.
Yeah, so kind of time management, like y'all were talking about earlier, it's huge. And honestly, I got better grades in season than out of season because you're just on a regimen and you have to do it. But we would study on the bus. We'd be doing note cards, all sorts of stuff through dinner, team dinners, all of that kind of stuff. So it really does. And honestly, it's probably a little bit of competition too. We competed on the field, but then whoever got better grades, you wanted to beat them and be on honor roll too. So it helped in the classroom as well.
If you could name one thing that you gained here in your time at North Georgia that transitioned into life after college, that's made an impact on your life, what would that be?
I would say just hard work, honestly. Being a student athlete isn't easy, and I think real world isn't easy, and I wish, we were talking about it earlier, I wish I could go back to when I was like worried about one test that day or something like that. But I just think that the tools that you gain as a student athlete, no matter what career or what field you're in, it's going to benefit you, and that hard work and time management and just everything, honestly, makes you a better employee and just a better spouse, family member, everything.